Hello there. Welcome. On this cold, wet and windy night in Ireland. I hope wherever you are, it's a little bit better. The right sort of weather to stay in and watch me. You know you want to. So here we are again, and it is the last live stream of 2023. There will be a little bit of a Christmas theme, and there will be fun and so forth, the usual stuff, you know, underrated Elvis song, a live poll, Christmas themed live poll. I've tried to keep it Christmas themed one more time. A song I wish Elvis had recorded, Photoshop of the week, caption this photo, smoking hot. Never fails, does it? Never fails. This day in Elvis history, the topic, of course, and you will be able to call me live on Discord if you want to. Although not really a topic you can ring me about tonight. I'm just going to be telling you a little bit of information about it, and that will really be it, unless you want to ring in and ask me or tell me something about the topic that I miss out. So, oh, by the way, I have a new mug. I don't know if you can see that. It actually says Super Steve at the bottom of it, and it's a Christmas present, thanks to Maxine. Thank you very, very much, Maxine. Very kind of you to drink my coffee in. Right, so where are we then? We are going to yes, as I say, you can ring me on Discord. You can ring me on WhatsApp, Instagram and Facebook Messenger as well, if I remember to take the phone off do not disturb. Although we are encouraging people to use the Discord, I must admit, because that is the channel now for using the phone calls. Just excuse me, I have a little frog in my throat. Now, yes, the quiz is Mystery Elvis Songs, and I am going to show you screen grabs, and you've got to tell me what Elvis is singing, what song Elvis is singing on the screen grab. Yeah, that's keeping it simple. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention something else as well. A lot of people that use the Discord know that we do a Elvis photo of the day or picture of the day, and then me at the end of the day, the next day, I pick my favorite, and that person has a point, and then whoever has the most points at the end of the month wins. Well, I was finding it more and more increasingly difficult to pick the favorite. So from the 1st of January, New Year's Day, I want you to vote for your favorite. You can't vote for your own, of course, by just leaving a heart next to your favorite one. Now, you can vote for up to 3 photos. You can't vote for your own, obviously. So, yeah, if you can maybe take that on board for the 1st of January, we're changing it. I'm not going to be picking it anymore. It's down to the members to pick the Elvis photo of the day. So I think that's all the rules I was thinking. You can pick 3. You can't vote for your own. And what was the other thing? I can't remember now. It's gone. But that was it anyway. Yeah. Right. Now, we are going to do the quiz, and there will be a poll coming up as well. So don't let me forget to do that. So the first picture is this, if I can find it. I've lost it. Just bear with me 1 second. Yes, here it is. Terrible. Sorry to keep you waiting. What is Elvis singing on this picture? Now. Let's have a look. And Maxine is in the building and Dave is in the building helping me moderate. They're going to tell me what who gives me the correct answer first. Karen Armstrong says no clue. Okay. Dave, as I said before, you don't actually have to say what it is. You just have to tell me who the winner is. You don't actually have to tell me what the name of the song is. Okay, so yes, we have Maxine confirming that it was Helen Ludlow. Well done, Helen Ludlow. And as people tell me, sometimes I don't tell you what the correct answer was. And the correct answer was Slowly But Surely. So well done, Helen. And Helen gets the brand new jingle. Thanks to Kirsty. Kirsty sent me in a couple of jingles. And this is its first outing. Are you ready for this, Helen?
England loves you. I thought I was in Texas.
Yes. Do you want it again?
England loves you. I thought I was in Texas.
I love that one. Okay, so, and as Shirley says, way to go, Helen. Is movie Roustabout? No, it is Tickle Me. Okay, oh, there's Streamlabs. You behave yourself now, Streamlabs. It's supposed to be the season of goodwill. Vincenzo says, I get confused, Steve. Looks like the same suit from Clambake. I know. Tricky, isn't it? Did Clambake not have more sort of horizontal lines on it, though, than that? But Jonathan says, love the new jingle.
England loves you. I thought I was in Texas.
Alrighty. Right. Question number 2. Coming up. So that was Slowly But Surely. This is a dead giveaway. Just the hair is the giveaway on this one. What's he singing there? Great scene in that movie. Hello, Margaret. She says, evening all, I'm late. Don't worry. You haven't missed much. Oh, a lot of people getting this right. Although Karen says, Love Me Tender. No. Love Me Tender was actually in black and white, believe it or not. Okay. So, we have Hugh McKenna giving us Mean Woman Blues. Well done, Hugh. Of course, as everybody knows, there is a prize for this at the end of the month. So this will be the last of December's Fan of the Month as well. Dylan was the winner of last month's. Congratulations again to Dylan. I got a woman, mean as she can be. Clap, 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 clap. Yes. Correct, Helene. Yes, yes. Oh, Hugh.
England loves you. I thought I was in Texas.
Number 3. I enjoyed putting these together. And this is What is Elvis singing here? Now. There's Streamlabs reminding you can buy a super chat if you wish. Dylan says Dominic. Duncan, Helen. Dylan was guessing, I see. Right, okay. Well, basically, it is that funny scene in Stay Away Joe, and it's All I Needed Was the Rain, and it was Duncan Campbell. Hi, Duncan. You get this.
England loves you. I thought I was in Texas.
Okay, and England did love Elvis and does love Elvis, without a doubt. I can vouch for that, being English. Right movie, wrong song. Correct, Dylan. Yes. Now, another one here, and I think a lot of people will get this This was a big scene in the movie. What is Elvis singing there? Karen says, boy, you guys are real Elvis experts. Yes, especially if you've watched a lot of his movies. You see, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Did I not see Kirsty's name there first? Let me have a look. I see Follow That Dream. Then I see by Kirsty Marie. Then I see No Set. So it looks like I'm going to give that to Kirsty Marie. And actually, Dave says I stand corrected, and Maxine says Kirsty Marie. Kirsty, you're going to hear your own jingle.
England loves you. I thought I was in Texas.
Right. Well done, Kirsty. Now, this might trip a few up because he wore similar outfits during this movie. And what is Elvis singing here? I'll give you a clue. The outtakes are absolutely hilarious. Dave says he has a slight delay. That's okay. Dylan's not sure. He's put a question mark. Well, a lot of people are saying it, so I'm going to just tell you what it is. It's Beach Shack. In my little beach shack. Let me tell you now. What do you think I am? Dum-de-dum-de-dum, yeah. Right, so we have Hugh again. Hugh, you've got 2 tonight, and that is a big feat. A big, big feat.
England loves you. I thought I was in Texas.
Yes, Beach Shack. And the final question for tonight, and also the final question for 2023. Yes. What is Elvis singing? And again, a lot of people are going to get this just by what's in the photograph. What is Elvis singing there? It's hard to type on a tablet. Get a laptop. Buy a laptop. A lot of people are giving me the name of the movie. One person's actually giving me the right song. But a lot of people are saying Roustabout. And it's from the movie Roustabout. And it is, and I'm going to tell you because a person has got it right, and it is No Set 45, hello dear, and it is Wheels on My Heels. So well done, No Set 45.
England loves you. I thought I was in Texas.
We might keep that for a week or two. It's quite a good jingle. Thank you very much for everybody that took part in that and showed great humor and fun. It's all just a bit of fun. And yeah, there we are. Wheels on My Heels. That's just before he comes off the bike and cuts his head, isn't it? And they weren't too happy about it because he wasn't supposed to get injured. He wasn't supposed to do his own stunts. Right. So the topic. Oh yes. Let's do the topic. And the topic is what happened or what became of Elvis's Christmas 1956 girlfriend. All righty. So Doty Harmony, as she was known, or Dorothy Harmony. There she is. Lovely looking lady. Born in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, 1933, she attended High School of Performing Arts, and after graduation, Doty, as she was known, traveled to Florida, where she performed with the June Taylor Dancers, and then on to Las Vegas, where she shared the stage with some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. During that time, she dated Elvis, a period she cherished throughout her life. So have I got the picture I want to show you next? Yes, there it is. And Doty said, I spent 2 weeks with the Presleys in his Audubon Drive home in Elvis's room. Elvis slept in the room down the hallway, and Elvis read the Bible to her every night and tried to convince her to give up smoking and drinking. So that was 67 years ago. And I do have more pictures. I will show you in a minute. In 1960, Doty relocated to Los Angeles, where she met and married the love of her life, actor Robert Colbert. That's Robert Colbert. Known for his work on The Time Tunnel and The Young and the Restless. Together they had 2 children, daughter Cammie and son Clayton, and enjoyed a happy and fulfilling life. Now, they married in 1961, and 15 years later, in 1976, they divorced. However, 46 years later, in 2022, they remarried, which is kind of nice, isn't it? They realised that they shouldn't have maybe divorced in the first place, and they did truly love each other. Doty will always be remembered for her passion for dance, her upbeat attitude, and her unwavering love for her family and friends. She was one of a kind woman who touched the lives of everyone she met, and her legacy will live on through her children and grandchildren. Doty died on April 4th, 2023 in Los Angeles, California at the age of 90. So that's only 9 months ago. Doty Harmony, Dorothy Harmony passed away. So very, very recently. And these are the other pictures I have of her, which is obviously that one at the Sahara Hotel in Las Vegas when they first met. And then, of course, we have this one here. I think actually she accompanied Elvis to his pre-induction test and medical, I believe. So that was taken on that day. And then we have 25th of December around the tree in Audubon Drive. And then we have another delightful shot as well with Gladys and Elvis and Vernon. And we have this one as well, opening presents. And this one, it almost looks like she's putting an earring on him, even though we know that Elvis didn't have his ears pierced. Maybe they're the ones. Maybe they were clip-on earrings. And then, of course, we've got Robert, who she married in 1961 and remarried again in 2022. Now, that's that. And we've got a poll coming up. Yes, a poll is right. And Chris says R.I.P. Doty. Yes, she seemed like a lovely lady. And there was some suspicion that it was all a publicity stunt to sort of show Elvis as a sort of a homely sort of fella sat round the Christmas tree with his mother and father and a beautiful blonde girl. But I mean, that being said, why didn't they pick June Juanico if that was the case? I don't know. And another thing as well is these photographs of Doty with Elvis are sometimes mistakenly labelled as Anita Wood. And that is definitely not Anita Wood sat there because he hadn't actually met Anita. He wasn't dating Anita by Christmas 1956. He met her in 1957. So again, that isn't Anita. It is Doty. The photos look professional. Yes, Priscilla, I think they actually did have a professional photographer in to take 2 or 3 snaps of them around the Christmas tree in Audubon. And as I say, could well have been Parker's doing. But, you know, he had already met her. He had already met her in Las Vegas in the Sahara. So, yeah. You're right, Steve. Thank you. Wish Steve could see your messages. Which messages are those? Okay. Ann Y, you're right. Well, let me scroll back and see if I can see Ann Y. Ann Y's messages. What have I missed? Ann Y. Oh, yes. I think you could be right, actually. This one is Sandy Preston, the one in Sahara. I do actually still think it's Doty Harmony. But some people say it's Sandy Preston, and other people say it's Doty Harmony. I am going to go with Doty Harmony, although I will stand to be corrected if I'm wrong. But that to me does look like Doty Harmony. So, but thanks for excuse me. Thanks for pointing that out, and why. But I am aware of people saying that is Sandy Preston as well. But I'm going to stick with Doty on that. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? Let's have a poll about this photo. Yeah, well, I've already got the poll coming up. So what I might do is I might show the two photographs, one of Doty and one of Sandy, the alleged Sandy, and see what other fans think. Maybe next week. What do you think of that? That's a poll for next week. So, but the poll for this week is, if I can get it up. We polled last week which was the favourite song of the 1957 Christmas album. And I thought, well, why don't we ask which is your favourite from the 1971 Christmas album? So I'm going to do, if I get home on Christmas Day, I'll be home on Christmas Day, that bluesy I'll be home on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas Baby, even bluesier, and Holly Leaves and Christmas Trees. And I'm going to put that up now for you to see. And I'd encourage everybody to vote on that. Nobody sees what you vote for or who votes what. And the only reason I say I would encourage you to vote on it is because the more votes we get, the more accurate the result is. And if you're watching this on playback, unfortunately, you can't vote on it, but I will tell you at the end or near the end of the show what the results were. So if I get home on Christmas Day, I'll be home on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas Baby, or Holly Leaves and Christmas Trees. The poll only allows for 4 options. I wish they'd actually increase it to maybe 5 or 6 because there was another couple I could have put in there. Yeah, but it'll only accept 4. Now I do have a caller in the queue, so there's no reason why I shouldn't go in there and say hello to this caller. Hi, Dylan. How are you?
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. What do you want to talk about?
Well, first,
Elvis, by any chance?
First, I want to say I hope everyone had a good Christmas.
Yes, I hope that as well. I forgot to say that. I hope everybody did have a good Christmas. We did here. I can speak for myself. We did, yes.
Yeah, I did too. I had a very Elvis Christmas.
You had a very Elvis Christmas. Now, I'm very interested. I'm actually interested, Dylan, to hear what did you get for Christmas?
All right, so I got just 68 neckties.
Oh.
3 of them. I got the Elvis coin ring, circa 76-ish. And I also got Moody Blue.
Ah, well, that's an old. That's an old one. On what?
On blue vinyl.
Ah, now you're talking. Moody Blue on blue vinyl.
So I believe it's a 77 Preston, but it could be from 78.
Yeah. Well, it'll be an early pressing anyway because they didn't do too many, did they, in blue?
Yeah, I don't think I'm not very technical on these things, so I think it might be a 77 Preston, but I haven't got a clue.
I don't. I mean, somebody could correct us, but I don't recall them doing many of the blue pressings anyway.
Yeah. But
So
I was talking to my friend about because obviously tomorrow is New Year's Eve.
Yes.
And so I was talking to my friend about the 75 concert at the Silverdome.
Yes.
That must have been an absolute nightmare for Bill Porter.
Yeah, you mean the acoustics?
Yeah, well, not only that, there were 3 different platforms, remember? Elvis was on one, and then the band was underneath him, and then the orchestra was underneath him.
Yeah.
Underneath them. So that must have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
For Bill Porter to mix. And not only that, don't forget, this was the days before in-ear monitors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So Elvis could not hear himself the entire show.
Now, I said earlier on Discord that it was an absolute crime that wasn't professionally recorded and filmed. That's another thing that should have been professionally recorded and filmed.
Well, yeah, but you know, I don't think Elvis would have approved it, really.
No?
Just because of how the sound went.
Mm.
Because because like I went to college, for like music production and all that.
All right.
And so I learned that front of house is essential to a live concert.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got to get the mix just right. And so how Bill Porter must have mixed that, like mixed the concert that night, is a miracle, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'd actually like to talk to somebody who was actually there at the concert and ask them what the sound was like.
Yeah, because I mean, like trying to mix 3 different platforms must be a hassle.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally everybody was on the same stage.
Yeah.
But for this, for some reason, everybody was on the. And by the way, I'm aware that I'm getting nerdy again, so
we don't mind. We don't mind.
Please get me back on, please get me back on track and all that.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So, what would you have voted for on this? The favorite from the 71 sessions, the Christmas sessions.
Easy. Merry Christmas, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you like the big, long, extended 8-minute blues jam?
It makes it better.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes it better.
I mean, what? It only ran for about 3 minutes on the actual album, didn't it?
Yeah.
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 I mean,
it ran for 8 on the record. I mean, on the mix.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was no way that RCA were going to release the whole 8 minutes.
Well, I mean, they did started releasing like 8-minute songs in like the 80s. So, they could have. But hey, listen, Bohemian Rhapsody was like 20 minutes long.
No, it wasn't. It was only about 6, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah. That was in like 1975.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, there's no excuse.
Yeah. And it was completely unrehearsed as well. They just started playing it. James just started twanging it, and that was it. They just all picked it up from there. It's a fabulous cut. Merry Christmas, Baby is a fabulous cut.
Well, I mean, that's the talent of a TCB band.
Mm-hmm.
They can pick it up like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they were such a tight band. They'd been playing together for 2 years then, hadn't they?
Yeah.
I thought they were particularly good on stage in 71, and of course we haven't got many professional recordings from 1971.
71 is my favorite era.
It's almost like the lost year, isn't it? It's sandwiched between That's the Way It Is and Elvis on Tour.
Yeah, well, I mean, had the scheduled tours gone ahead, then it might have been more. Because I found out that he was going to do like a tour in like May time, but because of his eyes, he couldn't.
Yeah,
because of his eyes.
That's right. That's right. He actually said to somebody, he said to a police officer on the telephone conversation, which was subsequently recorded, that he was making plans to do an album and do a tour and everything, but he couldn't because of that. He said that whole eye thing blew it all away, didn't he?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, it just leaves me now to say Happy New Year to you, young man, and thanks for all your support during the year. And I'll speak to you in the new year.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Cheers, Dylan. Bye. Bye. And we have another caller, and I don't even have to take her off mute because she's just appeared on the call, and it is Priscilla. Hello, Priscilla.
Hey, Steve.
How are you?
My boy.
How are you? You're still on a high from last week in the Arches, are you?
But you know what? I am, and I was very lucky. I got a couple of unique Christmas Elvis gifts, which always make me happy.
Okay.
The boys and girls were very good to me, so I got my obligatory calendar, which I got 2, one for home and one for work.
Oh yes, yeah. You have to have one for home and one for work. That's for sure.
One for home and one for work. I got a beautiful Elvis top. Can't remember the other thing they got me now that was Elvis related. I'm very lucky. That's TCB socks. I got the TCB socks.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. I meant to bring mine in today and hold them up to the camera.
Unless your legs are sporting them, you'll have to do a bit of a model.
Yeah, you won't allow it unless my legs are in them. Okay.
Oh, the simple things in life make us happy.
So, what do you think then on your favourite song from the 1971 Christmas sessions?
There's no doubt in my mind, and we're terribly biased, but wasn't Elvis, a tremendously talented singer, and particularly so when he was singing blues or rock and roll. An amazing blues singer, and that 8-minute cut, that jam.
Yeah.
It just oozes talent, doesn't it?
It starts off slow and ramps up and ramps up and ramps up until he's just screaming out "Merry Christmas, baby."
Yeah, but that's because they're all getting into it. They're all, following the vibe. And I also think it shows that how regularly, or how well everybody knew each other, that could have just happened by accident.
Yeah. Well,
no, not by accident, an impromptu. Or, they just took off. But Merry Christmas, baby, all day long. Now, again, I'll say I wouldn't have fallen out with any of the other choices you had in that either. But the gun to my head says, Merry Christmas, baby.
He sounded like he had a lot of fun recording I'll Be Home on Christmas Day as well. That was kind of bluesy as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, and I do think that always strikes me when I listen to him singing those kind of songs, that there's an extra element to him, that he's really enjoying them, or it's... Now, not that I think he doesn't enjoy the other ones, but that there's an extra buzz about him. That... buzz probably isn't the right word, but there's a definite level of enjoyment in it that I can hear in his voice. Now, I don't know if that's me being biased. I quite like that kind of music at particular times in my life. So
I don't think he was. I don't think he was too enamored that he had to do the Christmas songs, because a lot of them, like Silver Bells and those others ones, he just fired off in one take or a couple of takes. He didn't spend a lot of time on them.
But again, that happens on the talent. Them are the ones that are still playing day in day from one Christmas to the other.
And it was like we were saying last week. I mean, he didn't want Blue Christmas to be released, and it was one of his biggest Christmas records ever.
Did I read something the other day? It's number 1 on the Billboard chart now.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. So
do we need to preach any more about this man's greatness?
No, we don't. No, of course we don't. No, we know. We know.
Yeah. Well, and I think we're lucky, and I think to have found, to have you put the effort into this channel that you have, for us to have found each other, to found very like-minded people, it's just been a godsend, an absolute godsend.
I was particularly pleased to read on the Discord chat the other day that it looks like a couple of people are actually going to meet up in America next year and go to Graceland. They're going to meet up and visit Graceland together, I believe, which is just great. I can't believe that's happened through this channel, really.
Absolutely, through this channel. Now, I know, Steve, you'll go get all modest and you won't want to hear this, and you'll say it's our channel and everything else. And to some degree, yeah, it is. But without you coordinating or providing the outlet and putting the amount of work it is to produce the show that you do on a weekly basis, Steve, I mean, it doesn't go unnoticed, and it isn't unappreciated either. We're very grateful for it. And yes, there's friendships, there's people that, like, every night after the show, we have a Discord conversation that goes on till the first one of us falls asleep. And into the wee hours. I think it's just amazing. And I don't think I have any other opportunities in my day-to-day life to have conversations where we're talking about Elvis and recordings and Sonny and Red West and what they went on to do. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
it's such a wonderful thing.
Yeah, I mean, for
so lucky.
For people that don't know, what Priscilla means is a few of the members actually call in to the call-in channel after the show's finished, and they have a chat for, a good few hours. It went on for a long time last week, I believe, didn't it? Because, of course, a lot of people were on holiday, so they had that extra time to spare. But that's what they do, and that's what it's for. That's what the call-in channel is for. It's there. It's available 24/7 for anybody that wants to call in and chat to other fans.
I just think that it's just a wonderful opportunity. And the wonders, you have people who constantly, diss YouTube or social media and all of these things. In my mind, social media is as stupid as the person operating it.
Yeah.
And it's as great as the people operating it. And
Oh, yeah.
that you deserve the praise, Stephen.
I mean, you basically you get it, you get out of it what you put into it. If you put the right things into it, then you get the right things out as well. I mean, there are people that abuse social media and use it the wrong way, but those
people would be idiots even if there wasn't social media.
Exactly. Yeah, there was idiots before social media. Yes, he's right.
Yeah, just listen. Had to listen. And I do think, though, Steve, that you do get out what you put in. But you put in an awful lot more than a lot of us. We reap the rewards, and you do the hard work. And thank you.
Well, that's very kind of you, Priscilla. I'm going to wish you a very, very happy New Year, and I'll speak to you in the New Year, God willing.
Many happy returns.
Same to you.
The same to everybody else.
Alrighty. Bye bye now.
Take care. Thanks,
Bye.
Steve.
Bye.
Bye.
So yes, that was Priscilla. Always a great honor to speak to her. Very, very nice. And I can close that now. And we want to move on to, I'll keep an eye on that in case anybody else wants to call in. I can actually open up in case anybody wants to call me on WhatsApp or the other outlets as well. Facebook Messenger and all those other things as well. But I will move on with the Elvis, this day in Elvis history, December the 30th, of course, Christmas at Audubon Drive, and I do have this. We've already seen these, of course, Doty Harmony, and then we've got Graceland 1957. Last week I showed Cliff Gleaves. I couldn't even remember, well, I could remember what his name was, but I kept saying Greaves for some reason. It kept coming out as Greaves, not Gleaves. But this week I'm going to show Elvis sat in front of the Christmas tree in the dining room at Graceland, and he's reading his call-up papers, his draft notice. The album, Elvis Christmas album, was number 1 in the US. Many radio stations banned airplay because they didn't think a rock and roll artist should play Christmas music. All right, okay. 1958, we have the Hotel Grunwald in Bad Nauheim. Elvis received a letter from the colonel that there were rumors in the press about parties at the hotel. Well, fancy that. Fancy having a party at a hotel. So the colonel cautioned Elvis to maintain a low profile. Alrighty. That was on this day in 1958. 1959, of course, he had moved to Gothestra 14 in still Bad Nauheim in Germany. And there is the photograph. And there's the photograph of him leaving in March and the building behind him. You can see it changed a little bit over the years, but not that much. Not that much. So, right. And then we have 1960, Wild in the Country production break in Memphis. And then we have 1962, Priscilla's Graceland visit. There's Priscilla. And we have 1970, Elvis tours the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. He requests and is given a permit to carry a gun in every state. It is only right. If you're Elvis, you deserve something like that. 1971, Priscilla and Lisa Marie flew back to Los Angeles. Following their departure, Elvis announced to everyone that Priscilla was leaving him. She hadn't told him why, he said, simply that she no longer loved him. Well, of course, it later became more common knowledge why she'd left him. She was seeing Mike Stone, the karate instructor, Mike Stone, who I did actually have twice on this show, actually. I interviewed him twice. And with a little luck, I might actually have Mike on again, fingers crossed, because he was talking to me on his second interview that I did with him about a book. So I'm hoping that maybe I can get Mike on about that. And because my curiosity would want to know what the book is, not what the book is going to be about, but sort of what's going to be in the book. We know what's going to be in the book, but more details about that. 1974, for the first time, Colonel Parker is forced to cancel an entire engagement, not just a show here and there, due to Elvis's increasingly erratic behavior. In writing, the Colonel directs the management of the Las Vegas Hilton to contact Dr. Ganem for the proper interpretation for the appropriate press release. Elvis telegrammed the Colonel, "Dear Colonel, I appreciate your signing any papers necessary for me while I am recuperating. The best from all the boys and myself. Happy New Year, Elvis." In 1975, around midnight, Elvis left for Pontiac, Michigan, because of course he was having that New Year's Eve concert. And then in 1976, on this day, Elvis performed at the Omni, Atlanta, Georgia. And I do have photographs of that in the Arabian suit, which I saw at the Arches in London. There's a couple of shots here now where I think, Elvis, you could do with a haircut. Yeah, that one there, for instance, it looks like the hair is getting in his eyes a little bit. That's a funny one. Almost looks like she's got a cake or a hat or something she's trying to give him. I would imagine he's probably singing "Are You Lonesome Tonight" there if Charlie is holding the microphone. Alrighty, those are on this day in 1976. Okay, now I will remind you that the poll is still open. Which is your favourite song from the 1971 Christmas songs? If I Get Home on Christmas Day, I'll Be Home on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas Baby, and Holly Leaves and Christmas Trees. And I think I know what is going to win. And I'll tell you at the end of the show what wins. And also, I'll tell you what I would have voted for. And that is my present. Thanks again, Maxine. My Super Steve Elvis mug. By the way, if you do want to show up... Oh, hang on. We have a call.
It's me, Vincenzo.
Hey, Vincenzo, how are you? I didn't see you on Discord, so I thought you might be having difficulty.
I'm doing good. How are you doing? How was your Christmas?
Yeah, I had a good Christmas. And what about yourself?
Very good.
Did you get many Elvis presents?
No, not really, no.
You probably got it all, have you?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question then. Which of the 1971 Christmas songs do you prefer out of these? If I Get Home on Christmas Day, I'll Be Home on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas Baby, or Holly Leaves and Christmas Trees?
Merry Christmas Baby.
I knew you were going to say that. In fact, I think that's going to be the winner. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Right. Well, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you as well, Vincenzo. Yeah, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
All right. I'll speak to you again.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, I think Vincenzo was having a little bit of problem with Discord. So, now where was I? Yes, we've done the this day in Elvis history, and I was just really reminding you about the poll. As I say, I will leave that open a little bit longer. The more people that actually vote on it, the more accurate the result. And we're going to do Photoshop, I believe. And don't forget, you can actually send in your ideas and your underrated songs, Photoshop, smoking hot photos. Please do send in those photos. Songs you wish Elvis had recorded. Also, songs that Elvis recorded, but he didn't sing live. You know, that's another area we could maybe pursue, because a lot of studio recordings, but he only sang a very, very limited few, really, didn't it? Only a few made it into his stage repertoire. So if you want to suggest one of those as a song you wished he'd sung live, his song that he'd sung live, please do. Suggest a topic for discussion. Funny caption photos as well. You can send those in. And jingles as well if you want, because Kirsty gave me a couple of jingles. This one.
England loves you. I thought I was in Texas.
Okay. And let's do... Oh, of course, I always ask this every week as well. Bottom right-hand corner. Please, if you haven't already, then please do subscribe and click the bell and turn it black. And you will be notified every time I go live or every time I post a video. Okay, now, Photoshop. This one. Now, you can see that that is Elvis from Paradise Hawaiian Style. He's got the Paradise Hawaiian Style look about him, and you can see the background behind him. He's definitely in Hawaii. And, of course, he was in Hawaii in 1965, August 1965, working on Paradise Hawaiian Style. Lisa Marie wasn't born until February 1968, so straight away the timeline is just wrong. And that is because this is the true photograph of a lady, an Hawaiian lady with her baby. But obviously you can't see the baby's face from this angle. And this is the one of Priscilla. But again, I believe that the background is photoshopped in, because look at her hair, look at behind her hair. There's just, it looks very dodgy. But anyway, that is definitely the Photoshop of the week, which is that one there, 1965, Elvis with a 1968 Lisa Marie Presley. Alrighty. So if you want to send in some Photoshops, please do. Right, now we have a song I wish Elvis had recorded. And it's suggested by our very own Jack Mullins. I don't know whether Jack's watching tonight. He may be busy. He might be doing a gig. I don't know, especially with it being a Saturday instead of a Sunday. By the way, next week it'll be back to the normal day, normal time and day, Sunday the 7th, I believe, the day before Elvis's birthday. And I might have something special for you next Sunday. I might have somebody that's actually at Elvis's birthday celebrations, and they can speak to us on the show. But our very own Jack Mullins has this one, I'll Be Around by the Spinners. And it says, I'll Be Around is a song recorded by the American R&B vocal group The Spinners, known as Detroit Spinners in the UK. It was co-written by Thom Bell and Phil Hurt and produced by Bell. Recorded at Philadelphia's Sigma Sound Studios, the house band MFSB provided the backing. The production of the song gives it a smooth mid-tempo feel. The song was included on the group's 1973 self-titled album on Atlantic Records, their first album release for that label. And it peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 1 on the US Hot Soul Singles, 31 on the US Billboard Adult Contemporary, number 1 on Cashbox, and number 6 on the Canadian RPM Top Singles. And Jack told me, a song I wish Elvis had recorded is I'll Be Around by the Spinners. It would have been a great Stax recording in December 1973. We know that Elvis recorded twice in Stax, July and December. So Jack says maybe when he was in there in December 73, he could have done a good job on it. And I will provide you with a link for I'll Be Around by the Spinners, and you can have a listen and let me know what you think. Caption this photo. Oh, yes. Yes. No, I won't. I'll do that in a minute. I want to do, what do I want to do? I suppose we could do the caption this photo. May as well, as soon as I've got it in front of me. Why not? But I did want to say, keep voting on that poll, please. It's at the top of the comments, the blue band. Click it and it'll open up for you. If I get home on Christmas Day, I'll be home on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, baby, or Holly Leaves and Christmas Trees. Which one did you like from 1971? Although from the callers I had, it does sound like, or it does look like, there's going to be a clear winner, I think. Now, caption this photo. Oh yeah, that's the one. I'll Be Around, the Spinners on the Atlantic record label. Now, yes, caption this photo. A very soulful, kind of sad looking Elvis. Normally I put funny ones up, but I found that one. Somebody suggested that one to me, so I thought, yeah, I'll use that one this week. And somebody says, she looks like an angel, talks like an angel, and walks like an angel. That's obviously a devil in disguise. If only she didn't have a wooden heart. That's another good one. And hope my leading ladies get taller. But the winner with 15 likes. I always like to provide a drum roll for Otrilla. I hope I'm saying that username right. Otrilla. 15 likes. Little girl, I know how you feel. I feel as if I'm in a glass case too. It's lonely sometimes, even in a crowd. That's actually quite a sad one, actually. But that's the winner. And as always, the winner gets a round of applause. So I'll be posting next Monday or Tuesday. I'll be posting another caption this photo on the community tab on YouTube. Look out for that. And the one that gets the most likes gets a shout out. Now, underrated song. Yes, I've still got to do Smoking Hot and give you the poll result. I will also mention before we come to the end of the show, I don't really want to mention it at the end because I'm fearful that people might actually miss what I'm going to say now. And basically what I'm going to say is I am so proud, and it does my heart good to see, as I said on the phone to somebody earlier on, people on Discord chat actually sort of organizing meetups and things like that to meet and get-togethers and things like that. It just does my heart good. And I also want to just thank you for all the support that you have given me in 2023 and the previous years as well. It really, really does give me the motivation to carry on doing this and to come on and speak to you every week and to do all the other things as well and to do the interviews. There will be more interviews for 2024. I've got a few penciled in already, so hopefully they'll come to fruition. It's just finding the time to do them. But I just wanted to say that, and for everybody that donated to the channel during the year and everybody that bought me coffee, it is really, really kind of you, and I just can't thank you enough. I really can't. So, underrated Elvis songs, December the 30th, suggested by Lisa Grunwald. And it, believe it or not, it's this one. It's Pieces of My Life. It's a song written by Troy Shields. It was originally recorded by Charlie Rich and appeared on his 1974 album, The Silver Fox. So Elvis wasn't the first one to do it. In 1975, Elvis covered the song for his album Today, releases a single with Bringing It Back on the opposite side on September the 20th, 1975. The song reached number 33 on the Billboard Country Chart. Elvis recorded the song on March the 12th, 1975 in RCA Studio C in Hollywood. During the session, this is interesting. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys visited and disrupted the recording. Wilson remembered, I was recording with Terry Melcher at RCA Victor Studios in 1975. We were working on the song Why Do Fools Fall in Love. Terry said, hey, Elvis is in the next studio recording. That was a big surprise to hear that he was in the studio next to me. So I walked into the studio and said, hi, I'm Brian Wilson. And he goes, hello, Duke. I don't know why he called me Duke. I said, would you like to hear what I'm doing in the studio? And he said, yes. So we walked over to my studio and listened to what I was doing. And then he said he had to leave. According to Memphis Mafia member Jerry Schilling, Wilson played some of the band's recent recordings to Elvis. After a few tracks, Brian said, well, what do you think? Are they any good? Elvis looks at him and said, nah, before leaving. I don't think he had any idea that the guy was Brian Wilson. Well, I don't know about that because Brian said, he introduced himself, I'm Brian Wilson. And Elvis knew enough about the music industry to know that Brian Wilson was, who Brian Wilson was. You know what I mean? So, on September the 20th, 1975, with absolutely nothing new to release and no prospects of another recording session in sight, RCA released Pieces of My Life and another song from the same album, Bringing It Back, as the B-side. As for the Elvis Presley official website, it states the strategy was not lost on the public that had already brought well-worn material once in numbers that were unlikely to be repeated. Bring It Back reached number 65 in the Billboard Hot 100 and Pieces of My Life number 33. So for anybody, for new fans really, I mean, us hardened and long time fans are going to know Pieces of My Life like the back of our hands and Bringing It Back. In fact, regular listeners might know that Bringing It Back is actually my favorite track from the Today album. But I will leave a link for any new fans that don't know, and they can click on it and it will play for them. Right, I'm looking at the poll. Which is your favourite from the 1971 Christmas songs? There's still a couple of minutes left for you to vote on that because I want to do the smoking hot... No, I won't. I'll keep you waiting another few minutes for the smoking hot photo, and I will close the poll. I'm interested to get a resolution on that picture I showed earlier on, and I mean, without doubt, these are Doty, okay, but this one, somebody says it's Sandy Preston, and I am aware that more than one person through the years have said, no, that's not Doty, that's Sandy. So if we can find a resolution on that, I would be very, very, very interested. And as somebody said, why don't we do a poll on it and see what people think next week or maybe the week after? I might have to do a sort of a birthday related poll next week. But it's interesting all the same. Myself, I've always came down on the side of Lisa G says, thanks for picking my song. No problem, Lisa. Personally, I've always come down on the side of that being Doty, but I'm not one of those people that will not stand to be corrected. If somebody can categorically tell me that is Sandy Preston, then I will say, great, okay, thanks, and I've learned something new again, because I always love to learn something new about Elvis. So yeah, let's leave that open for now. Is that Doty Harmony or is it Sandy Preston? The jury is out. Right. So let's close the poll. I'm going to have a look. Yes, there it is. Okay. 47%, nearly half the vote. Merry Christmas, baby. If I get home on Christmas Day 22, I'll be home on Christmas Day 15%, and holly leaves and Christmas trees 13%. Yes, I would have gone with the majority, Merry Christmas Baby, without a doubt. My favourite song from the 1971 sessions. I do have a soft spot for I'll Be Home on Christmas Day and also Holly Leaves and Christmas Trees. I like that one. I do like that one. But yeah, it would always be Merry Christmas Baby. Now, clear your throats, girls, because there's going to be some screaming going on in a minute with the smoking hot. Just let me take a slug of coffee. I will remind you, actually, that if you do want to donate to this channel, kindly, as people do, you can buy me a coffee using the link below, or use the QR code, or you can use PayPal if you don't want to use Buy Me a Coffee. And it's completely, you don't have to. It's not mandatory. It's I would sit here and do this quite willingly every week if I didn't get 1 cent of a donation. It's just a little way of showing me that I am doing the right thing and I am appreciated. I know I am appreciated by what Priscilla said. So, and it's but I still say it's your channel and you make it, and I will continue to say that. So enough waffling. I want to do the smoking hot, and the smoking hot is this one, this beaut. Oh my word! Oh. A 1969 Elvis with a bit of bedhead. Yes, ladies. And I believe that was him going to see Nancy Sinatra, I believe. It looks like it, doesn't it? Oh my God, he is beautiful, says Karen Armstrong. Chris has gone thud. She's hit her head twice. Susan S says, love bedhead. Yes, a manly man. I'm sure you've used that one before. If I've used that one before, I make no apologies, because it's definitely worth a second look. Margaret says, oxygen, please. His peak in physical appearance and artistic was 1969. Yes. Vincenzo says, hi, Jack Mullins. So Jack must be in the building. And Jack, I used your song this week. I wasn't sure whether you're in the building or not. So, yeah. Kirsty says, definitely worth a second look. Like I say, I make no excuses for using it twice if I have, because it really is a cracker. Really is a cracker from 1969. I'd like to wish you all a very happy and peaceful new year. And I'm going to sign off now, and we will be back to normal next Sunday, the 7th. Oops, wrong one. Thanks to the callers tonight. Thanks for everybody taking part in the quiz. Thanks to the moderators. I couldn't do it without you, moderators. As I say, a happy new year, peaceful new year, and I'll see you next Sunday. And until then, I'll do it.
Elvis has left the building. Thank you and good night.